The sound of one hand clapping, a Zen mystery, a grand temple on a mountain. Epic cinematic music plays as the camera sweeps over a misty mountain. A grand Zen temple rests atop. Inside, an old master, Sensei Kenji, sits cross-legged, sipping tea serenely. In a temple where wisdom was abundant and patience was short, a great mystery unfolded. Monk Ryo bursts in, seeking wisdom. Give me a lesson that will shake my soul. The challenge is given. Sensei Kenji raises an eyebrow, sets his teacup down, and smirks slightly. Sensei Kenji: very well, young one. Tell me, what is the sound of one hand clapping? Dramatic pause. Ryo blinks, confused. Ryo's first attempt. Ryo smacks his right hand against his thigh loudly. Ryo: there, that's the sound. The master sighs, rubbing his temples. Sensei Kenji: no, try again. Ryo gets creative. Ryo tries slapping the air, making whooshing sounds with his mouth. He even claps with one hand against a tree. Ryo: boom! There it is. Kenji slowly shakes his head, expression unreadable. The other monks gather. Word spreads. Other monks peek from behind pillars, snickering. Monk 1: he's trying to find the sound of one hand clapping. Monk 2: oh, this is gonna be fun. They sit down, watching like it's a show. Ryo tries everything. Montage. Ryo claps against walls, cups air, waves his hand aggressively like a ninja. He even whispers clap dramatically while moving his fingers. The monks chuckle. Sensei Kenji remains still, like an immovable rock. Ryo asks for a hint, panting. Ryo drops to his knees. Ryo: master, just a little hint? Kenji sips his tea, eyes twinkling. Sensei Kenji: the answer is in the silence. Ryo's face contorts in confusion. He tries listening to nothing. Ryo closes his eyes. Silence. His own breath is the only sound. Then, a bird chirps. A fly buzzes. His stomach growls loudly. Ryo: wait, is that the sound of one hand clapping? Kenji just strokes his beard, saying nothing. The dream sequence. That night, Ryo has a bizarre dream. He is in an endless white void. A giant floating hand winks at him. Floating hand, deep voice. You already know the answer. Ryo jolts awake, sweating. The village experiment. Determined, Ryo goes to the village, testing different methods. He asks a blacksmith, a musician, even a mischievous child. Blacksmith, laughing. Boy claps. Finds sound's rhythm. Back to the temple, a moment of realization. Frustrated, Ryo returns to the temple, sitting in deep thought. Kenji sits beside him, watching the sunset in silence. The wind blows gently. Suddenly, Ryo's expression softens. His breath slows. He closes his eyes. Silence. The answer comes. Ryo slowly lifts his right hand and simply lets it be. The wind sways the trees. Leaves rustle. The monks stop their chatter and watch. Even the birds seem to listen. Ryo smiles, eyes glistening. The master nods. Kenji finally speaks, his voice soft but full of warmth. Sensei Kenji: now you understand. The monks gasp. Ryo has done it, but what did he realize? Ryo's response. Ryo bows deeply, gratitude in his eyes. Ryo: the sound of one hand clapping is beyond sound itself. Kenji smiles, sipping his tea, satisfied. Monk's reaction. The monks whisper among themselves. Monk 1: wait, what does that mean? Monk 2: I think he just won Zen. They nod in approval, pretending they understand too. The final test. Kenji stands, clapping both hands together once. Sensi Kenji. And this is the sound of two hands clapping. The monks burst into laughter. Ryo grins. He finally gets it. Closing scene. Full circle. The camera zooms out as Ryo sits beside his master, watching the sun disappear beyond the mountains. Narrator. Sometimes, the greatest answers cannot be heard, but felt in the silence within. A single leaf falls, fade to black. What is the sound of one hand clapping? The answer is already within you. End music swells. Roll credits.